drives me nuts. Joining us now is Congressman Greg Steube of Florida. Congressman, he continues to always try to find somebody to blame. Have you noticed that? Saudi Arabia, they're the blame. We're going to reevaluate that relationship. The Putin price hike, he's the cause of all this. Now it's the gas companies. That's what's causing the pain for Americans, not him.
Yeah, and it's been like that his entire administration, because he can't take responsibility for the actions that they are directly doing, from gas prices to inflation, you name it. They are actions that this administration has taken with their war on domestic production of oil and gas, which are causing the prices where they are. They're almost double what they were when Trump left office, all because of the decisions that they're made. For the first year that Biden was in office, they just blamed Trump for everything. It was all Trump. They blamed them for everything that was happening, and now they got a shift of blame because they can't be blaming Trump 2 years after he's left office, to Putin, to the Russians, to the Saudis, to everybody else except where it squarely lies. Today, as he sits in the White House, he could, with the stroke of a pen, reverse the over 100 executive actions his administration has taken on the war on domestic production of oil and gas, and you would see relief to consumers at the pump.
He's not doing it. So far in these debates, we're finding some things going on. I don't know if you're following it, but so many New Yorkers have gone to Florida. They might be telling you the story, what's happened with Lee Zeldin in New York. What does it tell you that we're in a virtual flat-footed tie in a state that is 3-1 Democrats to Republicans?
Well, one, it shows you how disastrous the Democrats' policies have been on our country, and that people are finally waking up. Even Democrats are waking up. And I do see it. I see it every single day here in Florida. I was in Charlotte County last night. Everywhere I go in my district, I can't tell you how many people will come up to me and say, hey, I moved here from New York. I moved here from California. I had 3 people come up to me that said they just recently moved here from L.A., and that the news, it pales in comparison to what's actually happening on the ground in L.A. and in California. And it was so bad that they moved to Florida. Our district is booming. The state is booming because they know there's freedom in Florida. They know that there's going to be law and order in Florida, and that's what Americans want. And so at some point, they say enough is enough, and I'm going to leave where I've grown up or where I've lived or built my business to come to a place where they know it's safe and secure, where they know that they're going to have freedom and not have mandates, and they know they're going to be able to live the American dream in a state like Florida that they can't live in places like New York City.
Yeah, they just can't. Overall, there seems to be a trend in this country right now away from Democrats, and that is why they've changed their stance when it comes to crime and punishment in particular. They still haven't taken a real interest in the border, and claiming that they never look to defund the cops. And then there's this thing called debates. And it's just flat out earned respect that people like Tudor Dixon, Zeldin, and others are getting. And Fetterman is losing. Here's Kellyanne Conway, cut 19.
I see the Democrats right now, because Hochul was so terrible last night against Zeldin, Whitmer was so terrible against Tudor Dixon, obviously John Fetterman was the worst against Oz. They're now going to tell us debates aren't even important, because they need to run Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in debates next time. So watch for that, everybody. It's not just that this wasn't a good format for John Fetterman, that why are we even doing debates? They're not important. Yes, they are. They are central to democracy.
So that is true. And Tudor Dixon, Blake Masters are in the middle of a surge. Even Don Bolduc, even though he's getting almost no support from the Republican Party, he's within 5 points of Senator Hassan. Can you compare this to any other time in your career?
Not in my lifetime, not in the time that I've been in politics. And I've been in politics for 12 years, served in the State House and State Senate before Congress. And it's because of all the disastrous policies that a democratically run entire government, they have the House, the Senate, and the White House, have put on the American people, and the American people are finally fed up. And it's that moderate woman, it's that independent voter that drives these general elections, and it shows you that they're going towards Republicans. If you look at the polling and you read through the actual overall numbers, and you see what people care the most about, it's inflation, it's immigration, it's border security, it's the things that we have been talking about. Then if you look deeper, who do they trust for on those issues? Crime, immigration, border security. They trust Republicans by like 20 points. So those people know that that's affecting their everyday lives, and they're going to elect candidates that they know are going to change that, and they trust Republicans overwhelmingly compared to Democrats on those issues they care about.
So far, it seems that. Here's the president, though. He thinks he's got the sweet spot. Cut 3.
One of the key things I've asked the council to take on was the unfair hidden fees known as junk fees that are taking real money out of your pockets, real money out of the pockets of American families. Things like, as been mentioned, surprise banking overdraft fees, excessive credit card late fees, hidden hotel booking fees, or those huge termination charges to stop you from switching cable and internet plans to a better deal.
So he says it's hidden fees he's going to crack down on. The hotel business immediately put a press release out saying, we don't have any hidden fees. 93% of the people say that everything that they thought they got, they were going to get, and just explain themselves. He vilifies these areas, and they got to defend themselves. Oil and gas can't get out the statements quick enough because he keeps acting like they're the bad guys. And now he's got it with these hidden fees with banks and hotels. And get this, airlines, who basically are racist if they charge you for extra legroom.
Yeah, it's insane that we're going to that the Biden administration constantly is going to blame corporations and businesses and the people that make America run, the people that actually employ America. And that's not the problem. The problem is the trillions of dollars that this Democratic majority has dumped on the economy that has caused the inflationary effect that we have, the war on domestic production of energy that the Biden administration has had, which has added to that inflationary cost because everything has to get on a diesel truck to get to where you're purchasing it. That's what's affecting the lives of everyday people. And inflation alone, do away with all these so-called hidden fees. That's nowhere compared to what a family of 4, I think the number I saw was $6,000 additional a year that inflation has laid on them because of the policies of the White House and the Biden administration. There's no way that people can recover from that with so-called hidden fees that corporate America is putting on people. It's just not the case, but they have to point the finger somewhere else other than their policies.
So what is the IRS is about to get $87,000